Ba-ba. Okay, let's get it. We are live. All right. Back to people. How we doing tonight? Everybody's doing great. Ducky, I've got something for you. Look at my new badge. I'm the king again. Yes, I am the Clip King. Can't be touched. Take that. Remember, your breath stinks. You got stinky breath. You got some stinky breath, Tim. It resets monthly. Well, I'm gonna win forever. Gonna have to be a clipping machine. Now, where's the Christmas build? That's a... Oh, I got you. I got you. You want to be blown away? I'll show you Christmas. Look. Feast your eyes. Christmas build. I mean, does it get any better than that? I don't think so. Yeah, this is, Merry Christmas. I just placed those down, but I mean, it is technically, you didn't say a good Christmas build. You did just say a Christmas build. So, you know, that's it, right? We did it. What's up, Knowledge? How's it going? Welcome in, Project Rex. What's up, Lude? I mean, if you're here, we're all kind of nerds, so like a little bit. Not a bad thing. Gets better in the snow biome with a cabin. I know, I'm jealous. I was looking at a Chisel Chips build in the snow biome, and I was like, dang, I need one of those. It doesn't snow here, though. Also, snowmen get really sad looking in the rain. They're not actually snow. They're just stone boulders covered in snow. I'm pretty sure the devs just painted them white. It was a ripoff. We've been bamboozled. They're pulling one over on us. This isn't snow. That's a rock. Let the rain wash away their sins. What's up, chap? Welcome in. Yeah, they're just a little sad. This one like sunk down into the ground. What the heck? What's the dog doing? That one like melted in. There we go. Now they're all sad together. I think we've been bamboozled. I don't think they're melting. I think the devs are pulling one over on us. Giving us snowmen that are actually rocks. Can't melt. You tell me that's not a rock with paint on it. You can't. That's exactly what it is. I didn't even realize this one's trying to be a wizard. Got a wand and everything. Why do these ones have snow hands and this one has stick hands? Nobody knows. Love being a nerd? Yeah, don't we all? Dragon's fire will melt them, snowman. That is probably true. I'd be surprised if it didn't. The banana in the tailpipe. So peaceful now. They made a Christmas tree out of pixels? How dare they? It's an even a real tree. I've never seen a Christmas tree this perfectly shaped. They actually don't exist. It's impossible. The physics of making that star stay up on the top too, not possible. They even painted the Christmas ornaments. They're fake as well. What is the shield? It's just the best shield. It's really ugly, isn't it? I don't like it with my my fit, but it's like by far the strongest one that I've got, so it intimidates my enemies is what it does. So, are you gonna do the doggy cam, Ducky, or are you gonna just keep asking for the doggy cam? That's the first time you've seen it? We've been using it for like 2 weeks now, probably. Ooh, cluck, cluck, yeah, cluck, cluck, yeah. Ooh, caribou. You're just gonna ask until someone redeems it for you? I never said you were good at paying attention, Lude, so that's okay. Jimmy Neutron, glad someone picked up on that. I was like, am I the only nerd in here? If only played on PC, I would have a ball in Enshrouded. Dude, you need one. It really is a ton of fun. What's up, Impasta? Glad you made it tonight. Glad you're here. What are we working on? We're going to start some of the Cathedral work tonight. I had an idea. I'm half tempted to make a little entrance through this rock into the middle of the mountain as well. So we might mess with that idea. Who knows? Because originally we were going to build a grotto entrance from here, which we'll still do. But I kind of like the idea of putting a little entrance through this rock as well. Sort of like maybe it was an old mine entrance or something. I don't know. I just had a random idea and thought, hey, we could do something with that. I kind of like it. So we're going to mess with that a little bit. And wherever the wind takes us, you know. Why is there so many trolls? What is this? All right, well. See you later. Banned. We're bringing the ban hammer down these days. I'm tired of trolls. The first thing you say in my Discord is that is something negative towards someone else and call them gay. I'm sorry, but you're done. Like, what is this? Why do people think that anyone cares? Think that's 5 at least. At least. You didn't get to read it? That's okay. They're a loser. Saving up for Master Builder. Yeah, don't spend your points. Make Ducky mad. Build a bridge for me? For him? Seriously, though. So. First, a hole. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. was further back than I thought it did. There we go. That's where it brings it. Yeah, I'll never understand the trolls, man. Probably make it slightly more square. Give me light. Some of us nerds can't type. That's a commonality. I think that's just part of gaming. Oh, never mind. It is day. We're good. Oh, I know you can't, Ducky. Trust me. We have experienced that. Ducky! Right? Granite? Polished granite? Polished. That's what we want. The dark hole. What's up, Pat Man? How's it going? Pat Man. Typing thumbs can't keep up with the brain sometimes. That's how I justify it. Dude, I have old school poor typing habits for sure. Going slowly but surely. I know that feeling. I feel you there. So I wanted to kind of mess with these things a little bit for this, but I'm not sure yet. Seen some cool stuff done with these, but I don't actually know. I haven't messed with them a whole lot myself yet, so we'll see if we can make something interesting out of these, but I don't really know quite what we're going to do with it yet. Yep, that about sums it up. This is gonna be the hard. What if we build a little bit of structure for potentially? I love that. Secret tunnel, secret tunnel. It is secret tunnel time. It absolutely is. What's up, Bad Reaper? How's it going, man? My doorways are way larger than any of the doors you can make, so I have to make standing art doors that look open. That could be a cool effect, though. Sometimes the, like, absolutely custom stuff is what really just looks incredible. That extra time, you know, that most people just aren't quite willing to put in. Yeah, I wouldn't really call this a secret tunnel. It's just a tunnel. But it's one of those things. Like, you can't have a tunnel and not sing secret tunnel. That's just what you doing with your life if that's how you're living. Go one block closer, please. No, you're just going to stay... Hard part. What is you doing? Favorite shows, Airbender. Definitely keeper that one. Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, a tunnel that leads to some secrets, right? They have vines you could hang. Yes, you absolutely can. They have an overgrowth tool. Naturally, I don't have any in my inventory, but you can make the vine effect with those really easily. It's amazing. Hard part about these is figuring out how to hide this a little bit. Every base does need a secret tunnel. Spitting facts. If the game will allow me to build it. That's the key here, right? It doesn't love me right now. Still say they need first person for up close building. This is first person. What? What you smoking, Lude? If this is isn't first person, I don't know what is. I was hoping I didn't have to free place this. Way harder. Okay, that's right. Make a channel on the Discord for reviews and add the tickets bot to your Discord so it opens the ticket. The people's put their gamer tag and stuff. I kind of want to find something, but I need slightly more functionality than just people being able to add their names, I guess, is the main thing. That rotate weird. Same angle. Lord have mercy, what am I doing? I love when I do that. Love it, love it, love it. It's the lack of smoke. That'll do it. That'll do it. That centerpiece, I still would have made. And going skyward, holding a large blue shroud crystal. That could be interesting. Could be interesting. I'm louder on Twitch? Interesting. Makes no sense, but, you know, nothing in life makes sense anymore. How brain work today? Struggle. These things look so cool when you get it right, but it's really hard to get it right. Browser issue? That could do it. Help more. You do reviews for this too, because then they say what game it is and if they're on PC or Xbox and stuff. I mean, I do get that information from them directly, but the harder part is I need a way to organize all of it. It's not just like getting added to the list. I have more functionality. I thought about doing more of like a Google Sheet or something, is currently what I'm leaning towards. Oh yeah. Test some ideas out. Inside of my vampiric castle, I'm trying to build wavy rickety stairs. That sounds like a fun challenge. Yeah, that looks wonderful, doesn't it? Hard part is I don't know how to hide a lot of this quite yet. But we'll figure it out. Back there. Not quite. I was hoping I'd just be able to snap that into a spot that just worked, but... Oh no. It's gone forever. What do we do? I hate the castle. Make a bot or have someone make you a bot that takes the ticket and puts it into something like that. I mean, that is what a Google Sheet does at the same time. And I can like post it on a place that's not just the Discord, I think is partially what I'm looking for. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do white. I don't want this to stand out too much, but I do plan on doing like foliage and stuff to hide some of these details. Well, the rock shaping is gonna change a decent amount, but we'll see what happens. Can't wait to see what I'll be able to come up with building that game when it comes out on Xbox. Yeah, I'm excited to see a lot of people honestly build in this game. There's a lot of creativity out there. It'll be very interesting to see. Well, it reminds me of forfeiting my turn, because I know I'm the weak link and just watching magic happen. Whiskey rather than tequila. Green foliage with a blue crystal rod on the inside walls just barely being visible from the outside would be cool. Yeah, I think part of the idea is that a lot of this under area is going to have... I mean, theoretically, as you can sort of see, we have a lot of the growth down here, and that's also going to be sort of transferred a little bit up on this part of the mountain as well. So likely there will be more stuff down here. We just got to figure out what our plan is. Creativity? I've never had any of that. Alright, Ducky, if you want to build a website, be my guest. Ain't nobody got time for that. Be my guest. Your guest. You like the red slim shroud block. Which one is that? Smaller block. Need something in between these block sizes. This look like one block. Let's see. something? Yeah. 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 You're describing Google Docs a little bit. A little bit. The slime shroud? You can't place that yet, can you, though, right? Unless you're using, like, the builder's companion. It's slapping. Oop, not there. Space is going to be epic. The English language will fail to give value to this. Thank you. Timberreviews.com. God, that's getting a little over the top. It's not like that big of a thing. Maybe eventually it will be, but we got a long ways to go till we're there. Shape. Proof of concept. I think it's there. Such a cute little entrance. So cute. And free cam build? Like they updated building underwater, or what do you mean? What is free cam build? There is no build limit that I know of. I don't know anyone who's hit the build limit. And I saw a little bit of the inside of the Butterfly Kingdom there, Pat. Little bit. I don't hate it. The door should work? Nice. Just you can build being underwater now. I feel like you could do that, but maybe I haven't actually really tried. This is the deepest amount of water I have, so. I feel like I was doing this before, it just was a pain. I wish there was an actual free cam, though. That would be amazing. Outside of just making this look nicer now, this should work. Question is... Choose these things are so big. Too big. I do like that this kind of like frames this as well. It looks just a little bit cleaner, more intentional, other than just like a random rock that's there for no reason, because that's technically how the world was built. Maybe Elvish would do the trick though. Sorry, what? What are we talking about? Oh, the Elvish language. Yes. It could. Possible. You'd have to ask Lude on that one. He would know better. Listened and read The Lord of the Rings so much, I'd be surprised if you didn't have the whole thing. Didn't know the entire Elvish language at this point, right, Lude? Hello? And we'll have to make this look more like a mine shaft of some kind or something. All right, Timber, here you go. Timber wants to be seen, and he wants his big bone. So I'm going to get him his big bone. Lude's fluent in Dothraki. That's a tough one. Yes, I. Live your life. Ooh, sorry. Phone. Enjoy yourself for a little, and you can go out a little later. Funnily enough, I just started watching Game of Thrones again. Like this week. Nope. There we go. Let's make this a little bit more square. That's not what I wanted. Lag. Okay. This way now. Delete too much of the entrance by accident. Heck is that? Like it never happened. Added the first word to the builder's language. Goob build. Best build ever. I feel like a goob is like you're a goofy goober. Oh, what do we have here? Nobody knows. You've watched all of Game of Thrones twice? I've probably watched it like 4 times now. Maybe not technically all the way through. I watched it multiple times when they were still making seasons. Ooh, made another hole. It's too bad they canceled Game of Thrones after season 6. I mean, at that point, you kind of hit the like, they were already past where the books have even gone, so it was like one of those things. And that they were so over it. I wish they just wouldn't have done season 6. Is kind of what I wish. Wish they would have just like left it instead of like half-assing it like they did. You second goob job? Oh, great. Now we're doing Creative, welcome in. Enjoying your build. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Been a lot of fun. Do you build little totem or signature pieces to show any cross-platform people? You? Huh? What you talking about? What you mean by that? Sorry. Yeah, I have a good idea. I think you can make a merry-go-round with a large water wheel moving around side with stone horses on it. That'd be pretty interesting. Be very interesting. I didn't even think about that, since you do have, technically, you have moving pieces now in the game. Yeah, the last seasons were, decent. Need some ideas for your own builds? Nice, love it. Game of Thrones or House of Dragon? We were talking about Game of Thrones. I have really enjoyed House of Dragon as well. I do like it, even though they kind of screwed it up. Everything up until, honestly, I felt like everything up until the very last 2 episodes was great. Maybe a little too rushed, but they weren't bad before that. After that, the last 2 episodes were like, all right, that should have been in half a season, not 2 episodes, fortunately. But is what it is. Just hope they don't ruin House of Dragons too. Hopefully they don't do that with the House of Dragon. Yeah, that's hopefully. But neon green knight in the cave with abomination trophies, and also it looks like hands are trying to grab you. That sounds horrifying. We will definitely be doing some type of the luminescent growth. Green doesn't quite fit with the vibe we got going on, but the luminescent growth will look really nice in here. Want to come build for me? I can barely build for myself half the time. Oh, you're saying sign your pieces? Interesting. Could be interesting. I don't know what I do, though. Kind of looks like a dragon head. You could design it as that. That sounds like... If there's anything I'm not good at, it's sculpting. That is not my cup of tea. Alright, we need moss. Where you building on the map looks like a fun location. This is above the Misterberry Catacombs. If you go to the Misterberry Catacombs, it'll look very, very different. I put down all my flame altars before they went back and redid the whole Misterberry Catacombs. So now the top of it is some, like... I don't even know. Let's go see what it... I can go look at it from the... I'm kind of interested to know what it looks like, because I know a lot of people have said there's like a bunch of ruins and stuff on it. We shall see. Rod. Uh-oh. No, are we? We're good. I think we're good. Closer than I would have liked. Do it, make it into a dragon skull. I'm not sure if it fits the theme, even though we could. I have a lot of lore and story behind this build that I'm trying to like stay true to. The big part of the overall... Oops. God, I adjusted my... Heck do we get over there? The long way, I guess. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so it's... I think simple that people will be like, hey, I know that smudge. Maybe we have to come up with like a community design challenge where you guys can come up with it in the winter. The winner's design is what we use or something. That could be fun. Build. Oh, geez. You got a whole language going now? Can't let ChatGPT do all the work for you, though. You gotta do it yourself. Started my medieval city build in the valley to the east of there. It's a really cool location. Simple, it's nothing too insane. going. Oh, wow. Is that actually it? That looks so different. Oh, wow. This is totally different. This is very interesting to see. They absolutely changed everything about this. It was like so much taller when I built. That's really interesting. Holy cow. I'm glad I did this when I did it, because this would have been a lot more work to get rid of all of this. Oh, yeah. This isn't even the same universe. What the heck? None of my ideas would have worked at all here with this idea. It's a really cool little area, though, now. Be cool for someone to, like, rebuild something like this. Be really interesting to see. Candy. Ow. Wow. This isn't even remotely similar to what I built on. This is crazy. It's a really cool ruin, but... Interesting. We know if things will get incorporated into other things. AI is crazy. Or Dark Wizard using the dragon's essence to make your castle fly. The idea behind it is that the luminescent growth. I could show it when they kind of how we have the lore working currently once we're back in my world. Yeah, this would have totally ruined the whole thing if I didn't build when I did. This location's not as... I mean, it's really cool, of course, but it's not... Does not have the same look or effect at all. Very interesting. Castle flippers and Enshrouded, that'd be pretty interesting. The map changes, don't affect your builds. No, anything within your flame altars. So as you can see, I have 4 flame altars. Technically 5, but this, I only need 4 to get the area that I'm working with. But anything that falls within the build area of a flame altar, as you can see the yellow line, has no effect. So when they change things, everything outside of those changes, but nothing within them. So you can see you got some weirdness happening where they've changed all of this stuff. So eventually we'll have to go and like clean some of this up and figure out what we're doing. But there's all sorts of weird stuff like this now on the map. Does kind of create some funny situations, but see, like the the road just drops randomly. It's some goofy things. Removing a lot of those ruins, yeah. Something to Shep about building up here. He came up here and I was like, wait, this isn't right? Yeah. They really redid it. I mean, this isn't even remotely close. This thing is way bigger than it actually is now. Now it looks like... That's just how good I am. I made this whole mountain from scratch, essentially, you know? Timber Vader? Oh, what? Timber, good build. What is this, like half Spanish? Yeah, it's a really cool feature. It's really nice, especially for early access. That's kind of the main thing that I really like about it, because things change and it's not like grounded where you're playing and then all of a sudden something moves and it's like, okay, well, crap, I'm screwed. But yeah, so the lore behind my build, because we have a few new people in here tonight. This being the main flame altar, The other ones are hidden within the mountain themselves, so you have no clue that they're actually there. The idea being that this is the flame altar that protects the entire city. You can see the luminescent growth has been slowly consuming and taking this over. The luminescent growth that was released essentially has like ripped the cathedral out of the ground and is what is making the floating island. And then because we built this over the Misterberry catacombs, it is directly above the chest that you open for the quests in the game. So there's a quest line that takes you into the Misterberry catacombs. I'm not sure how it's changed now, of course, because this was probably totally different. But everything here except these stairs and the luminescent growth is stuff that was already here. I added this in big when you opened this up, which funny how that reloaded. Pulse like that when you open it. So yeah, when this was open for the quest line, it released the shroud essentially, and then as you can see, it goes straight up into the ceiling, and then when we go on the map, we're directly below the flame altar there, so that's why it's corrupting everything above it. By their greed, essentially, is the idea behind it. By disturbing the crypt, they unleashed the shroud and the luminescent growth taking over everything. So there'll be hints of luminescent growth all over the place, kind of like overtaking this stuff in many different ways as we continue building. Does Enshrouded have creative and campaign / survival modes? It is only survival right now. But if you prefer a slightly more creative experience, what we were just in a minute ago when we were looking at how the world changed, you can either just go to resource servers that people have put together and they reload the server automatically every hour or however they have it set up. Or like I did, I just have a local save that I downloaded from Delinsey Gaming, if anyone is interested. There are a Shroud Depot, and there's 4 or 5 of them, I'm pretty sure. But this is one Delinsey Gaming made. Really simple, and you can just come and grab literally any item in the game, any block. I tend to play the game in sort of a hybrid setup, essentially. So I try to play all of the quest lines and the things you need for the main quest lines as legit as possible. And then for the building of this Omega base itself, I use resource worlds to collect everything, because building on this scale there's too much of a grind to get this many materials, in my personal opinion, while I'm still trying to make content and stuff on the game. So for me, it's a good hybrid. It allows me to play the game in survival, but still build as big and ridiculous as I want without having to spend hours and hours grinding materials just to build goofy things that have no reason other than being fun. Need to find a mod to build in the Shroud. That'd be pretty interesting. Would be very cool. You're restoring Glenwood's End, but finding that it's not big enough for all the NPCs, so decided to build my own city from scratch. I like to hear that. It is a really cool feature, though, that you can rebuild the villages and the cities and stuff, and the castles and random buildings all over the world if you want. It's a very cool little mechanic in the game that they allow you to even do that. Story's epic. I love doing backstories for my build as well, but haven't gone too deep yet. It takes time. Mine is slowly evolving. It didn't necessarily start with that idea by any means. We just kind of have slowly had ideas that we've just been kind of coming up with and adding to the overall lore of the city to create more interesting builds. But I'm a big fan of it. Some type of storytelling, why things are happening, I tend to find, even if it's not like the depth that, like, there's this crypt that was opened and there's this, like, shroud, or because the game's based around the shroud and the stuff taking over, but the flame altars are sort of what protect you from the shroud and those things. It doesn't have to get that deep, but having some type of story or concept to build your ideas off of is something that I've always been a really big fan of, especially with my architectural background, because it gives you something to point to when you're not sure what to build next or why something looks the way it does. If you have that concept of what you're trying to build, or the theme of the build, the style, the time frame in history when it's built, it gives you something to look at and be like, is this accomplishing that or not? And it makes it a lot easier to make some of those decisions. Still not always the easiest thing to do, but something I have been trying to implement more, especially with like Luderav and Le Pasta or Impasta here. I've been messing with a lot of world building and stories and stuff. That's been a lot of fun. I find it harder to build in creative modes because I feel like I'm cheating and not really building. Call me crazy. It's like earn more personal credits, and I think that's why I really enjoy this game as of right now, is because you can make it creative-ish, where you're still thinking, you're still doing things. You don't have to collect every material. You can kind of decide how you want to play. Whereas like in Grounded, you're just creative or survival, and there's no intermingling of those. So you can't kind of make it your own. But everyone likes building in their own way, which I think is a great thing at the end of the day. I think there is value to each kind of style. Nothing wrong if you're a creative builder here. Nothing wrong if you like the pure survival. I tend to find myself being sort of in the middle. I like the survival experience of playing games because it helps me not get bored as easily, which I think is something that can be really hard to do. Especially when you're building on like massive scales. It's very easy to just get bored and when you're only playing in creative. I'm not sure how like Luderav here only builds in creative. I tend to get mentally drained very easily only building in creative. I'd have to make the inside a little bigger. The work makes it mean more, like my Rose Garden build in Grounded 2, literally as I built it, made the whole storyline. Yeah. Feel that. At the end of the day, it's whatever makes you have fun in the game, you know? There isn't a right or wrong way to build. It's just whatever you have the most fun, whatever keeps you going. For some people, the grind of collecting materials and not just being able to build with pure creativity is something that is a harder task, and for some people, that creative grind is what they, or the survival grind is what they actually enjoy. So, play how you like at the end of the day. Well, I love the single player play style. You get to do it however you like. Whatever gets you building is good for me. Good with me, I guess. Hi, Timber. What, buddy? Resource worlds, but only to full materials I've already unlocked. Yeah, that's typically how. That's kind of how I've liked to do it. I didn't even have the resource world until I pretty much already beaten the game. There were a few things that I accidentally grabbed from the resource world, like decor and stuff, so I kind of messed up some of the quests, but other than that, it's not too bad. Luckily, the questing in this game isn't something that's, like, incredibly critical. You do mess things up. A lot of it's just go find the thing that you need. Yes, Luderav, you are sadistic. I would say that's 100% inaccurate. The funny part is the same thing could be said about me building the things that I've built in Grounded completely on survival. Like, that's also a slightly ridiculous mindset to have, I think. So I don't get how you do it for thousands of hours, but I do get how it keeps you going, because the grind is time consuming. Incredibly time consuming. Like in this game, I don't enjoy the gathering mechanics as much for some reason. There's something about Grounded that I fell in love with gathering materials in that game, and it's just not quite the same in this game for me for some reason. Because I don't know the locations of the resources I want as well, potentially. Something about it. Who knows? Read to all builds, non-bias. Still takes a lot. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're building in... I think the funny part is like a lot of people say the creative side is like cheating, and I'm like, but at the same time, the stuff people are building in like a pure creative mode is like typically exponentially larger than the survival builds. So it's just a different type of grind. The grinding in Enshrouded needs TNT. That would make it very good. I know. The dog wants out. What's up, Joe? Welcome in, man. Thank you. It's coming together. It's coming together. We're getting there. Feels like we're finally making that, like, a lot of progress on these things, and I'm finally enjoying the aesthetic that we've come up with. Yeah, Lude, your grind is the multiple designs, the stories, the mass scale, exactly. It's just a different grind, and everyone prefers a specific grind for themselves. If you're building, the grind itself is building in general, so you get to make it as hard as simple as you want. Timber, I see you, buddy. You gotta hang out for a little longer, okay? Can't just escape this fast. You've done nothing all day. Had an easy day. He's a very needy boy. He's a 90-pound baby. That's for sure. Butt scratches. Butt scratches. Does it give you a good style guide to continue up the tower? Definitely. This is absolutely heading, like, it's, I think originally between the, okay, go sit down. Can you sit? Thank you. I think the aesthetic that we were originally working with for these portions, the dwarven sort of fortress entrance, and the staircase, they just weren't going to match the idea that I had for the overall cathedral tower that we're doing. And now I feel like I have a theme. I have the palette of blocks that I like. The overall design is starting to make sense. The blocks, I think, are the correct colored blocks that I want to use. Something about this stained glass looking thing is just like, I'm obsessed now. So that's what we did. We got this thing pretty much finished up. Sure, I'll come up with some other things that I want to change. And then over the last 2 streams, and a little bit on my own time, we sort of came up with a new... It's still the same shape. It's still the rough idea that I had before, but now this has a matching aesthetic. So like the, I guess, family of design is kind of how I like to think of it. In terms of the blocks I'm using, the aesthetic is, things are lining up, they're matching, they look like this is all designed as one sort of cohesive city at this point, which is what I think I was struggling with for a little there. I just overwhelmed by the amount of options in the beginning. So now that we've dove into it on a deeper level, I feel like we're finally kind of figuring out the whole thing. Yeah, the madness is absolutely worth it. We even built a little like hammer design here for the dwarven fortress, since this is the forge and stuff. The designs are coming together and they're starting to make sense. I just need a lava block now because I'm so sad that my forge is ruined. If anyone knows how to make lava now, let me know. Because this used to look like lava. It does not anymore. Freaking Arteros just keeps adding to my own grinding madness. Dude, seriously. Figure out the issue we're having last night with that one block. Nope. It's actually happening in multiple places. I don't know. Maybe, now that Joe's here, Joe, what's the trick to get this one little stupid triangle to go away? It's only happening on this one block. They're built exactly the same. I think I noticed one over here, too, earlier. Yeah, you can see this one... This one piece has this thing sticking out, and I have no clue why. Cannot figure out how they're different in any way, shape, or form. They're built exactly the same. Like, this side looks perfect, and that side doesn't, so I don't know. It's one voxel block. So what you see here, see how these... This is literally just one castle roof block that's placed for all three of these things. So you have one castle block, roof block, one castle roof block, one castle roof block. But I can't figure out why one voxel on it is sticking out wider on this piece. So this left piece here. And then this as well. Driving me nuts last night. It's losing my mind. Because it's like you look at this and it's just this one little triangle piece right here. It doesn't do it there. It's not doing it on these sides. It's not doing it on this side. It's not doing it there. Like, I cannot for the life of me figure out why that one piece is working differently. The voxels are exactly the same setup. There's no difference whatsoever to them. Same blocks used to build the sides, same blocks, everything. Like one of those things you don't really notice unless you know it's there, but it's also driving me insane. And yes, it's the new castle roof block. Which, if no one's messed with like building walls with roof blocks, it looks really cool. The slime shroud ground block. You can't place that though, can you? I don't think that's a terrain piece yet, is it? Unless you're using the builder's companion, right? I think this is every terrain block in the game. Why it's sticking out like that just to mess with you? Yep, that's pretty much what I've chalked it up to be. Just drive me insane. It's all I can figure out right now. Probably one click over too far, so there is a thing where the other block is different. Sometimes on the y-axis, and sometimes the z. Exactly the same. I sat here screwing with the voxel settings all night, trying to like confirm it was exactly the same. It's like it's one block. That's it. One block. That's it. One block. One block. Blocks on the side or roof blocks as well. No clue. It's a perfect match. Thing that could even be slightly different. It's just granite, yeah. So literally exactly the same. Made a builder's language thread in the Discord. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't know. It's not something that's like gonna ruin my life, but it is annoying. Build something-ish on Grounded 2, respectfully, Timber, with this being an Enshrouded stream. No, you guys can talk about Grounded 2 all you want. Not gonna make me mad. I do not mind. Yes, the doggy. Lay on the bed. How can you have an ostrich leg bone sitting over there? He's the only dog that is gonna have a freaking leg bone from an ostrich and not eat it. What kind of dog is it? What a goober. All lines up perfect, though. gray. That gray. Everything slightly off. Have these play arrow. Pretty dang close. I don't know. Never gonna. I can barely speak English, Ducky. I looked at it. Oh, sorry, Timber. I bonked you. I bonked you. I bonked him right in the head. Is it doing a good job? Sorry, what do you mean? No, just... Oh, it is doing a good job messing with me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Where on earth did you get the bone? Must have dug it up, up on the game. Yeah, right? No, PetSmart. Funnily enough. Being very difficult. There you go. Some, like, veins of this stuff going through. Like, we also need, like... Random. Just a little. Oh, that's not it. That's still not it. There you go. What's this line? Give it like a little bit of a fancy mine shaft. A handful of these, whole thing. Back in an hour, sounds good. Or if that didn't make sense, family started talking to me. No, you're good. Big dog smile, right? He's a happy boy. Sure. A dragon skull would look good with 2 trees on each water fountain. Round crystals eating trees. Timber, are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy, Timber? Are you a good boy? Like, I don't know what to do. Am I good? Make it only have the natural glowing light without the torches? Yeah, you could, for sure. I currently just want to see with the torches is all. Just makes it nice. And anytime you see the just the regular torches, it's like a temporary lighting source is how I think of these. They're not the actual torches I'm using. So for me, that's how I know eventually I need to go change these to something that looks better. Depends. You're going to open this door? Absolutely. That's exactly what he's got that cocked head like, dude, let me out of here. He just wants to go sit downstairs and lay on the couch and do nothing. Oh, bro, you can earn your keep, dog. Wonder if it... These 2 places line up. Can I help you, sir? Your life just so hard tonight? Did you go lay down? Water. Had your dinner. What else could you want? Freedom! We want freedom. You fool. Oh yeah, this is gonna look great with just the blue in here. Love it when a plan comes together. This is a complete accident, but I kind of like it. A column of luminescent growth. Right. If you're wondering where the dogs are in your base, you could go get some dogs. There is dogs in the game. Here's me talking. Yeah, he always wants attention, 24/7. As if he doesn't get it. He could be part cat, you never know. Everything's on purpose, Lude, you know that. I got that Bob Ross vibe, you know? Here's a happy little accident. Perfect. I love that these worked out like. Make it look nice. I do promise we will get up to the cathedral, but I'm having fun. One back. One back. See. 5 over 5. Okay, perfect. That ugly little overhang. Need to like look up an image of a mine shaft. Internet would. You know, I had this idea. I haven't either block. I think I saw someone make a minecart ages ago, and it gave me this idea that if you take this window block, the water biome, since it's part jungle, you need a monkey pet. More pets is good. I'm excited once we get to the point where there's going to be like animals and we're going to have all sorts of... Because essentially everything you see within the kind of raised area is going to be the housing district, essentially. So there'll be a individual house built for every NPC or pair of NPCs. We'll see how it all kind of works out. There'll probably be... Because there's like 2 smith-type NPCs and 2 farmer or whatever ones. So there's a lot of like overlap. So they'll probably stay in the same houses if they do the same thing. But there'll be a blacksmith house, an alchemist tower, a farmer area. We have like all this area out here as well that we can mess with, which I think adding some just like... There's always those like outliers in the community and stuff. So like building down, let's see, where's my... We can go down to that. So we have some of this area, and honestly, I've thought about adding even another flame altar down here so we can build all the way down and around. We'll kind of see how the idea is below. But I'd like to see a couple houses sort of out on these protruding rock formations as well. Some like random little towers, defense areas, all kind of stuff. We got some serious room to build with around here. So utilizing every square inch of it is kind of the goal. But we will have everything shown off in some way, shape, or form. Massive city once we're done with it, but meh. I say this as my dog is whining behind me, right? Surprisingly, I don't have Grounded 2. Got heavy into Enshrouded when Grounded came out, though I did watch several of my friends play. They're both very fun games. Very different. Very, very different, but they are very fun games. Am I going to do what you did? Sort of, what do you mean specifically? Sorry, I've been talking about stuff. Yeah, like a hunter's lodge on the outskirts. I don't know. Random things like that. Main crafters have their own bigger crafting structures, and the apprentices run the shops in town. That could be a cool way to do it, too. I mean, there's enough room here, because in the plan, I guess, is there's going to be a massive white wall. Guys, I know this always tends to help you see what I'm looking at on my extra screen. So the overall concept of the city is like the Mystery Catacombs is this large, this is like a Lord of the Rings city. So yeah, there's like a lonely little raised plateau mountain sort of thing, very similar to how the Mystery Catacombs was originally made, which I absolutely loved. And so we'll do a big white castle wall around the whole thing. I have no clue what the sign itself is going to be, but then the massive tower for the cathedral as well. So you'll see similarities here, but not like 100% copying by any means. It's going to look very, very different. This is just a big inspiration for the idea. So you'll have the castle walls around that whole thing. And then, so that'll be sort of the outermost area here, which then means we're going to have a lot of space like in these areas to also build houses. So I think there's going to be sort of, not necessarily terraced housing, but we will definitely probably be utilizing some of these more natural platforms to just build some more interesting structures and stuff. Flattening them out and stuff, building fun staircases that kind of crawl up the hillsides and everything. We're going to do a library. Of course, we're going to have to terraform this completely differently than it currently is, so we'll have to like flatten it out and raise it up. But there'll be a library / museum sort of build on this little area, in all the housing districts and stuff, the wall that goes around. Got a lot of ideas. It's going to be a big build. Builds an armor stand on the edge of a cliff with an archer set and holding a bow like it's firing, then build / sculpt a dragon flying as the archers fire at it. That would be a perfect build, since you can build up by the actual dragon. That's actually, you should suggest that to Lady Monoke. That would be perfect for hers, because she has the actual dragon boss, like, over her build is like overlooking the dragon boss fight in the Albanese summits. It'd be a very cool one to add to her build. Would fit the theming very, very well. Space Strike's gonna be weird. Terraforming, force it to the landscape. We're definitely going to build, we're doing some terraforming. I mean, there's a decent amount of terraforming and everything I've done, but the idea is roughly using what's already here. We'll change sort of aspects of how it's terraformed, but I'm trying to utilize this space as close as it was originally made as I can. Not just changing it arbitrarily to change it. I beat that parrot pet would drive you bananas. Dude, I owned a parrot. I guarantee you that is the last thing I ever want. They are crazy. You place weapons in the hands of armor dummies in that way? Not that I know of. Joe would be a better question. I have not, other than putting armor on the armor dummies, I have not messed with them, like, at all. Actually don't know. But no, I had a son, my wife and I had a sun conure for 8 or 9 years, and then we had a kid, and it was just not a good mix. They do not get along very well. I think you can change. I don't actually know how to like pose them. Or no, you can't. Yeah. I don't even know how to pose them. Posers. Yeah, we ended up having to rehome the parrot because it was not a healthy situation for the child or the parrot anymore. Parrots live ridiculous. Like 25 years bird. Can you adjust these, Joe? I don't know. I know nothing, John. Oh, they come pre-posed? Well, that's... Oh, that you have to grab... You have to build them in the pose. Okay, that's what it is. I forgot, in the resource world, I just grabbed these ones because that was the pose I wanted for the armor stands themselves, but... That makes sense. I haven't really looked at... I got distracted. Who'd have guessed? Well, crap. I mean, you can pose them, but these remind me of droids from Star Wars. So, as I was speaking, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ago, gee. You can place down... Pretty cool. Get a spacing. Spacing's not great. It'd have to be there in the... That's fine. I think I can make that work. Almost forgot that I wanted to do this ages ago. So we'll make a little minecart track with these all the way down this thing. Little bigger. Head out, have a wonderful rest of the stream, and good luck building. Sounds good, creative. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Need red Victoria furniture enshrouded. Ah. Not the druid. These are not the druids you're looking for. Yeah, I accidentally made that design like really, really early on, right when they added the ability to kind of change the vertical axis of the props. I like just placed them in the ground totally by accident in my build, trying to mess with a couple things, and I was like, wait, this is like the perfect minecart track. A little convoluted to place, since you kind of have to remove them, or else they don't work, and then you got to build back over it, but it creates a very flawless little design. also part of the reason I want to do this whole little thing. Messing with. We're gonna need more of these. The real question is, how are we gonna design a minecart? What's up, a thief? I just switched to YouTube. I can't comment on Twitch right now, but why not? Yeah, does anyone have a good mining cart design? What we need. Who put water under there? The heck? Fix that terrain. Not at the right height. Ooh. Yeah, they're windows, yep. Just the top of the windows. I finally used a prop in a way that Joe hasn't thought of. Let's go. And I'm out of window. Use the grinders together to make rail-like wheels. Oh, the, talking about. Yes, I'm doing a rail. If you could use that, it'd be really hard to hide the handle thing. This thing? The grinding stone would work. Could even... not necessarily. About the most circular thing there is the bottom side of the stone railing and steel. Use the bottom side of stone railings and steel. Two facing each other to hide the handle. That would work, yeah. Hide that. I have any more of these though. Spinning wheel upside down? That could do. I'll have to go grab some more stuff. Might have more windows. Ah. We do. Success. Oh, I have lots. We're good. I guess since I changed the hand railings, I have tons of those. I'm slightly annoyed. I did all of these windows as the hand railings down here, and then they added the steel hand railings, which I like more. But I don't think I'm going to change this design. So many windows to replace for... It's a good effect. I do really like this one, but I don't know if it's quite worth the time that it would take. You're saying, if you could hide this... If I could make a cart using this, that would also be pretty interesting. A difficult part is hiding it, but you might be able to like lower it enough into the ground. Let's see, to the resource world. Underside of stone rails make inverted rail track. The fine stone railings. There's like 3 of them now. I don't even know which. A chapstick up. The air's getting real dry in my neck of the woods. Those. Those. Actually, that's the chonky ones, the fine one. Grab 2 of them. A little chonky. Barrel might make it look like wheel, but we just take a little wagon. Mess with that a little. I remembered where anything actually was. That one might. Sure. I don't remember where everything is stored in this world. Half the battle. A totally different organization system than I use for mine. Having like fire shell. Circle. I did. Round carpet wheels rotated completely on their carpet wheels. Then cold and dry. I feel like SpongeBob in that episode where he insists he doesn't need water. Water! Water! No, I'm Dirty Dan. You start a game, do you have to choose which type of character you want to play, or is it simply human or can play? You just pick and you can change your skill tree at any time. There is nothing set about your character playing, other than how they look. It's all. Lewd, a smartass? Ever heard you say a smartass? Possible. Bulls? God, this game is just... Creativity's the limit. Plays not. Love something metal. That... Weird. Circle. Not the chunky one Joe was talking about. Where? Maybe a round shield. Difficulty with the shield is then you would have to place an armor or a weapon shield mount. I don't know how those. Circle-esque shapes, I think. Yes, I think it's male or female, but as soon as you are in the game, you can change any of your skill tree at any time. You just have to use, like, in the flame altar, when you go and select the flame altar, there's an option to remove skill points, and you can adjust them. Shield. I guess that's not bad. A death wheel, though. Like a silver. Just use these. Not horrible. Somewhere around here. These maybe? Oh yeah, there you go, Lude. Here's the positions. Different mannequin stuff. The shield could work. That could... Depends on how we can place it. Hand pan. Could work, I don't know. Everywhere. I think that's good. Oh, did I only grab one? We'll do a proof of concept. Those are the only positions. That's the only ones that are in there. I don't necessarily know. The next emote that I want to make, Alfredo, is the one you guys posted when I was talking about like my brain not working. And it's Patrick sitting on the ground with the board nailed to his head, and he's like holding the hammer, but I want to make it the same timber kind of thing that we've been working with. That's probably the next emote I'm going to have made. DMG Rhinestone. Let's see. Okay. The hard part is I have so little room. It does work, for sure. Definitely does work. Oh, and I see how you're using... Okay, now I know which one, what you were saying with the this thing. Like that as a track. Yeah. I like it on yours, but I just don't have that much space. Joe would probably know better than I do about if there's more mannequin positions than what we just saw. That is currently what the only things that Delancey Gaming is showing them. So I would assume that's everything. Wouldn't say that 100%. Be patient for creative. This is creative enough. It's the same thing. You just have to go to a different world to get the items. What? Well, that'll do it. It's this side that's... And yes, I probably could just do this an easier way and overlap them. Being legit. Want all the little lines to line up. You know me better than that, Timber? I mean... I know you can make anything happen. I know it's a daunting task. I just want to see you build in this game as well. Okay. Oh. Are these still off? What the? Double plate. There's six poses. Not horrible. You definitely do some fun things. I mean, if you look back at the stream that we showed off Joe's stuff, you can definitely do some fun. Finally laid down and relaxed. Need an auto refill button so these things automatically fill up so you don't have to go back into your inventory. Finish my cathedral before I get into anything else wild. Gonna lurk for a bit? Sounds good, Joe. All good. We don't hear from you. Have a good one. All right. Beautiful. Doesn't look... Let's see. Do I like... Let's clean it up a bit. It is just a little clean. I don't hate it with the block in the middle missing. It kind of feels slightly more accurate, but at the same time, it's extra voxels. That's what I don't like. Lord have mercy. How much more time do you have off work, Lude? Or you have to get back into it? Start January 5th. Nice. Nice little break. Love that. I guess the issue here is that if there's a minecart, I'm not going to be able to get past it, am I? Part. Those are too big. Handle. Making leaps and bounds and building right now? Yeah. Sounds like the dream. Okay. So, difficult part. Look, we're done. We did it. It's a minecart. Perfect. Almost fits perfectly on those rails, too. Really close. Good. Not quite what I... Hard part being, how do you design that? Too much. Spare bathtub? What's that? I don't know. Flip that cart upside down, then you have 4 wheels and make a new cart. Yes, you could. Oh. Yabba dabba do tires. A little bit. Your dad's bad? My son isn't ready for when we play games like that together. I'm gonna absolute in the nicest way possible, but I'm absolutely gonna destroy him in games until he's good. Won't stand a chance. There we go. A unicorn. Turn it off. It's a flaming wheel. Sort of run into the same issue. They're just a little too big for what I want to do. Scale is hard. You saying the square, iron square bathtub for the cart itself? Guessing? Handles it. Hard part's getting these like to be hidden. I want. Heck. It's so little. This is the tiniest little thing I've ever seen. Oh, it's the... That's why. I didn't realize the handpan was so tiny. It looks so big in your inventory. Interesting. I love that the could work. A little funky shaped though. Go easy on him? Never. What does that teach him? Nothing. No, I mean... I didn't take it easy on my brother. Probably not a good example. The pause is not a great look. Yeah, the handpan does look like a super small UFO. Just a little guy. That could work. Well, minecart is paused, can't go anywhere. I feel like using this piece. Now, like, how the heck do I build it apart? It's like the perfect base, and it doesn't suck that it's just rock outside. I'd have to move these over place all of them custom, which would take me ages. Add the thread and don't make yourself hate COD. Just make him hate the new ones. What thread? On Discord? I'll have to follow your thing after stream. I have no clue what you're coming up with for it to make sense. Like trying to do schoolwork while talking to people and doing a presentation at the same time. But you're not streaming at the same time is what my point. It's easy to say it's easy when you're not the person trying to talk and have conversations with 25 people. That is where it's more what I'm saying. Those, I think I have any of the bathtubs, but my question is, why is the building language like half Spanish? What does it have to do with building? Yeah, that's easy for you. You came up with the whole thing. Or you prompted ChatGPT to come up with it. Too much garbage in my... Your Dewey Ducky needs to be in Elvish. Nobody, it's the Lord of the Rings is the Elvish, is where he's talking about. Where the heck are the... Those ones. In it? Metal or something would look better. But... be one of those things I'm probably gonna have to mess with off stream a little bit to come up with the overall design of it. Bang my head against a wall for a couple hours. Bones. Lucky dog. He has. He is accepting the bed, little by little. I would say begrudgingly, he's accepting it. Like, well, if I have to sit in here for 4 hours, guess I better. Go like run through Joe's entire world. Sorry, Ducky, but this is an English-only server in stream. time I saw him, he was laying beside. Oh, he will. Don't worry. This is a short-term thing. This is not something he's going to continue doing. He will go get off the bed in 20, 30 minutes. I guarantee it. That's the option. No one's talking. I didn't say come here. Like, I'm a good boy. I sat down. The builder's chat. I can't use builder's language. Well, it's not English, so no one knows what it actually is. You're making up a language. You could be saying anything. Excuse you. Excuse you, sir. Pawed my keyboard. Tried so hard not to laugh. I would never. Boy. Only reason he needs attention, he couldn't care less. If he wasn't in here, he wouldn't even look at anyone while I'm downstairs. Dog. Why is that in my in? The tub cart. Can't get over it or around it. This. Flip through it. Go. Failed my big build, so I need to rebuild. I mean, it works. I knew there wasn't going to be enough space once I added something like this in. I'm thinking it may live, like, outside of it. Put it in a spot, like here, we could, like, just squeeze behind it. We can also make the cave itself larger. Necessarily holding ourselves to exactly in this. But I don't want to make the entrance look bigger. I don't have a problem making this whole area bigger, though, inside. Welcome in, Tamsy, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. What? Got treats? Got water? Got a bed? You have a beautiful Christmas tree I decorated myself? What more could you need, dude? Okay, hopefully. Garbage I never cleaned up. I hope. Big old oof. Times. Couple of these, and then we're good. We're good. split in the roof. There. But my intention was to absolutely work on the cathedral, and now we're building a frickin' wine shaft. ADHD, man. One hell of a drug. For a chance this year, my younger cat doesn't go in the Christmas tree since I decorated it. Everything is glass. I put my collection one. Ooh. I have the same issue, but with a 2-year-old. Honestly, between the 2-year-old and the dogs, oh, it's a nightmare. An honest nightmare. You just move this, then we get past the cart fairly easily. And plans on finishing my floor today and built another dragon and roofing instead. Honestly, though, like the best ideas come from when you're not planning on working on something that happens. It's like I'm already super interested in this whole little. I have no clue. I was just sitting here at work, like doing work, because my personal work computer is here, and I had to make a thumbnail during my lunch, and I was sitting here quickly putting the thumbnail together and stuff. And I was looking at this and I was like, there needs to be a reason for this rock. Like, I enjoy that the rock breaks up the whole thing, and that the rock design is actually how this was originally modeled by the developers. So I was like, I love the idea of keeping it, and I like a little bit more natural element, kind of breaking this up. But I was like, it needs a purpose. Like, it needs a reason why it's here, and it feels like a mine shaft into the middle of the base. Just makes too much sense. Just too perfect for the whole thing. Tamsy, if you're not part of the Discord, make sure to join that, and you can see some of the pictures that Ludorev. Okay. Ludorev's been posting, I think you've posted a couple of the dragons in the Discord. Maybe, did you only send those to me? I can't remember. It's like, I thought I saw you. Thank you for the follow, Darkest Dew. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Still need to come up with like a what we call ourselves. Could have sworn, but it is possible that I'm full of it. That Ludorev hasn't actually posted pictures in the Discord, and he was just sending them to me personally. It's so many random Discord messages, and I mean all the Discords that I'm a part of. It's hard to keep track of everyone where things were posted. I just remember seeing the images and go, yeah, well, they're there. yeah, that's feels like a much better size. A little cramped in here. If we're just getting the overall shape essentially. Yeah, that feels fun. There's a small clip. All right, there's something. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. There's like dragon builds in-grounded inside the castle, like they're statues inside of it, the cathedral. Reminds me of your son when he was one. He was touching the Christmas tree and didn't hear me coming beside him. He said, "Hey, what are you doing?" Right? That's like my life right now. What are you doing? And he, oh, and then he screams and cries, and you're like, okay. 2-year-olds. What's happening? Yes, a 2.5-year-old. Crazy times. Mining shaft makes perfect lore sense too, since it's kind of the mining of resources eventually led to them stumbling into the blue crystal rod. Yeah, and definitely in some ways. Sure. It's also going to be like the treasure room and stuff, so it kind of makes sense that they were like doing some mining and craziness. What? He's a good boy. Did you spin? Was there not enough room right here to spin? Wait for 4. I'm horrified. 2 has been... It is something. The days are crazy. If anyone wants to know what it's like to have a 2-year-old, the other day, my wife, there was a small section of a cheese block left. And as people with 2-year-olds and stuff know, all they eat is cheese. They eat nothing but cheese. They live off of cottage cheese, yellow cheese, Baby Bell cheese. That's the only thing he'll eat is cheese. Literally nothing else. Depends on the day of what kind of cheese he's going to eat that day, but that's it. It's only cheese. And my wife got him the last like ½ inch of the block of cheese because I had like grated it up the night before, and she, instead of giving him this like block of cheese, she broke a section off, and he saw her break the section off. He had a 45-minute meltdown because his piece of cheese was broken. So we had to go get a new block of cheese and cut off a big chunk for him so he didn't have a broken piece of cheese. It was like the most ridiculous meltdown of his life so far. And I'm like, is that where we are in life? We are now at the point of toddlerhood where you can't even let a piece of cheese break, or we're gonna lose our minds. It was like the most ridiculous situation that you can't help but just kind of laugh. You're just like, what is life right now? It's always something. Always something new these days. Fortunately, my whole house is lactose intolerant, but that doesn't stop the child or me. Yo, 100%. Like, my wife figured out that her body doesn't love lactose. Doesn't stop her. either by any means, but like in our household, I don't think you could live without cheese. But we do like lactose-free milk and stuff now, and it's ruined lactose for me in many ways. Not that I really ever drink milk, but it doesn't make it better, that's for sure. But a life without cheese is like, is it even worth living? It's worth the struggle. 100%. Pretty sure cheese is one of the 4 main food groups, you know? Not evenly spaced. Kind of like a little bit of haphazardness. So he won, he cried, so he got what he wanted, a new block of cheese. Oh, 100%. There was no winning that battle. That was a losing battle. After 30 minutes, it was like, screw this. Like, give him a new piece of cheese. I don't even care anymore. I'll eat the stupid block. It's not worth this battle. Let me a block of sharp cheddar cheese. I'm always a medium, I would say. 14, 15. One, two, three, 4, 5, 13. I love it when a plan works out. Visually close enough, right? Canada milk products are no longer in the Canadian food guide. That sounds like end of life. I've been exploring using decor for substituting blocks, and it's game changing. Like life without air. Oh no, 100%. This game, that's what makes this game so freaking ridiculous. The ability, stealing all of this, right? The ability to place props in just however you want is absolutely what makes this game ridiculous. 6, 13. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna have to go watch the stream we toured your base back, Joe, so I can steal some of your items. But use the ideas as you please. Guarantee I'm not the only person who's come up with a F-type design. Far from it. Fencing for pillars on my small builds. Yeah, there's just so many ideas. I don't even know if the community as a whole has experimented with 10% of what you can do with these props. It's ridiculous. There's endless amounts. I feel like Joe is probably the most I've seen of someone messing with the whole thing. Now it's coming together. So now we need to move this cart. We can still get past it. Or just go walk around, it's open. Yeah, no, I definitely will. Blue cheese with plet and cold meat. Everything. Try those angles we saw before. Large. That could be interesting. Small critique? Yeah. Critique mine? Is that what you're saying? Critique away. I will never admit to knowing anything and everything. Always open for ideas. Doesn't always mean I'm going to utilize said ideas, but I'm always down to hear concepts and ideas, for sure. Put the torches in between the supports because the supports are wood, you know, fire. No, I knew someone was going to say that. I was actually thinking as I was placing them, I'm like, someone's going to be like, these are going to burn. That's not going to work. Not bad. It'll work. Pretty minecart-esque. I feel like we could add a couple more things to it to make it cooler, but it's a good start. Right, it's a little low to the ground. As of right now, I think that the torches are a very rough placement. I don't know if we're going to use quite this many either. There is definitely potential for change with. Still looks like it's sitting on. Not bad. Can't make it perfect because the cart itself looks like it's always going to look like it's sitting on the ground a little bit. I want to move this forward. Wood's showing too. Let's make the front look right, I guess. But been using the new lanterns too much because they don't have fire. Which ones are those? Which lanterns specifically? Need to fill it with gold? True, duh. That's the touch. A little mannequin holding on to the handles like it's wheeling it away. What, you think this isn't an automatically powered cart? Think we're peasants over here? I'm loving how organized this is starting to feel. It's so much better. I still need to go through and name the rest of these like I have here, because this makes my life so much easier. But I still have to do all the terrain and the naming of the roof blocks. But other than that, we're close. Now this upper section, screw me. I have no clue how I'm going to organize this thing. This one hurts my brain. There's so many freaking items. I have no clue right now. Put the wooden cart upside down as a base. If or did I? It is the wooden cart upside down as the base. That was what you were asking. doesn't have to be like totally full. That'll do, donkey. Looking at me because I'm chatting in Builder's language. No, I've told you that I don't like jumping into the Discord to look at a thing like that. It's too distracting, Ducky, is the point. I love that these, like, actually, like, little coins fall out when you jump on it and stuff. We're rich. I'm loaded. If only this was real life. Wonder if there's a mannequin that actually looks like it's holding something like that. That would be cool. Oh, this is such a cool effect. I love this. It's so good. I love it. All right, let's check the resource world to see what they have. Naturally, I didn't actually look at the mannequins to figure out what the positions were. Joe, what were the new lanterns? I'm trying to think of oh, the like lit up orb things, right? These. Yeah. These are cool. Just, I'm not sure how I'd use them yet. They don't quite fit my build. Oh. But they are cool. It missed flowers with the money. Snow can look like foam underwater, by the way. Helped someone build a torpedo last night. That'd be cool. Put a grapple hook and mannequin. Place grappling hooks? Or like the grappling hook thing itself. Like these grappling hooks. What did I come here for? Oh, yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. Mannequins. Like that. That's gotta be it. I think I have a couple of things at the base already. Beauty. If you can swim in the coins like the Scrooge McDuck, dude, that'd be amazing. I'd love that. Da, da, da. We need an arm set. What do we even have down here? Jester. Jank outfit. This will be interesting. Lude is very good at random ideas, that's for sure. I'd say Luderav is the king of armor dummy placements. Oh, what? Beautiful. Wish you could make him, like, go down a little bit. We could choose that if we raise this, then raise it just a hair, I guess. Yeah, you've had just a tiny bit of practice. Not much, though. Here. Won't place. Dang it, I have to... Things gonna be fine. Not easy. Well, it's a little higher. Can't really make it go any higher than that unless I start ripping floors apart. That'll work. Work. Kind of blocks the weird part now too, so that looks better. Make a treasure cave with money all over the room like the Hobbit movie. Exactly. That is exactly what we're doing. You read my mind. Beautiful. I love it. Probably find some more details to add here and there, but that's a really good start. But yeah, so the idea being that somehow, of course, this is all going to be filled in. Like, this terrain is going to all be filled in down here. And then we will carve from the cathedral up top some type of staircase down to a treasure room. And then the idea is that, of course, it looks ridiculous right now because I dug this whole area out and then I'm probably going to be refilling a decent portion of it at this point. So the idea being that when the floating island portion was on the ground, this general area underneath is going to be a massive treasure room with coins, and that's why I was kind of messing with placing the coins. This was originally what I was going to do with the decay tool. So we were going to kind of add in some crazy decay. So I don't know. There might be stuff like this. There might be more of that. Like this thing, we'll put plates and bowls and cups and goblets and whatever. Anything that makes it look extravagant and over the top. And then the idea behind it is that since the treasure room is going to be half where the ground stayed and half where the ground has been ripped up a certain amount of blocks, as you see, of course, with the floating island. And so it will sort of be like the ceiling was ripped off. And so there'll be part of it is going to be like floating or flowing down, like the treasure is like in the process of falling, essentially. So you'll have some of it still in the treasure room, some of it down below that's all fallen, and it'll be kind of this like haphazard craziness. Maximilius Rondamonius Buildicus. You're just building a bank. Checker holes in your metal blocks to make them decay more. That actually, yeah, that would work a lot. I don't know, now that we're not, like, now that we don't have to do this, I don't know if we really...
I don't know if I need it anymore. This was just the original sort of concept when this was all we had. Now we have actual gold, so it's kind of like, I don't even know if there's necessarily a point to this anymore. It's still cool. I still like it. It still kind of gives off the vibe of treasure and stuff, but it may just be something that infills a little bit or something. I don't know yet. I mean, obviously that looks nowhere near as good as the coins themselves, so it'll probably be more of just this. And I mean, what's better than just jumping on this and getting the whole coin sound? So good. They did way too good. Could do a combination of the two blocks. Yeah, it's possible. We'll see what looks good and what doesn't. We have a long ways to go to even get there. Yeah, combo. Combo could be perfect. Could be really good. I don't know yet. But the large gems in the vault. Yeah. Yep. The gems. Anything, literally anything that looks extravagant and over the top will be in there for sure. Absolutely. The more extravagant, the better. But yeah, Joe, that's why I've been trying to get Lude to build in this game. You two would have a blast together. I don't blame him for not, but can't help but give him a little crap to try to push him to. Downside now, you can't jump over the cart. You can jump over the cart. Well, yeah, we can get past it. That's all that matters. As long as we can get past it, that's all I cared about. And we can. Perfect. Proved him wrong. Suck on that, Lude. I thought of everything. I mean, he's in the way for like jumping, but I can't necessarily jump over him. But that's why I just a couple minutes ago. That's why I made the whole thing wider than it was originally, specifically so I could still get past. Also just feels better this way. But it feels like the right dimensions. Just tall enough for you to walk through. It's exactly how you'd build a mine shaft. Is little extra space is needed. Kind of can swim in your coins in a too deep swimming pool with your coins in it with underwater lights. That'd be interesting. Some builds in mind that I have to actually draw out because I can't fully picture it in my head. Yeah. Welcome to my chaos building. That's instead of spending the time drawing my builds, the orange is kind of like, I don't know, the blue glow would be really nice, but I don't hate the orange glow that this gives off. It's kind of cool. Now it really feels like a dragon's mouth. Gosh dang you guys. But yeah, I just embrace the chaos side of it, and I do a lot of trial and error in these games instead of drawing everything out. I've tried before, but it just never quite get what I want out of my drawings when I'm doing it. I'm way too precise and particular. I draw too much like an architect, so I'm not very good. Especially now, because I'm nowhere near as practiced as I need to be in hand sketches and stuff anymore. I do so little of it. But I definitely find it, if I put more time into it, it would also be nice for the videos and stuff, but put these on like the back side. Normally do two, but the builds I have in mind are too prop heavy. It sucks playing. Which prop am I picking up? Yeah, that is... I can't tell you how many times I've picked up a frickin' prop on accident that I spent 20 minutes placing to get it perfect. There's nothing worse in this game than accidentally picking up a prop because you thought it was a different one. Done that far too many times. But yeah, once you get into the ridiculous prop placement arena, you can lose your freaking mind making mistakes. And I know it's not the last time I'll do something stupid. Cave needs cobwebs in it. Actually, there are cobwebs. I forgot those were even a block. Good ideas. I normally don't get this heavy into the prop side of things quite this early in a build, but also is fun. One of those things, I haven't really used a whole lot of props other than hand railings. Like, the vast majority of what I've done is build hand railings. Outside of the little forge thing that we made, the majority, I guess the chains and stuff, and that little thing, I have not done a whole lot of it. Definitely got better at mapping things out with regular blocks and props around them. Yeah. I find that my flow works better a lot of the times if I just kind of utilize the in-game. Every time I try to draw something out, I tend to find that it doesn't necessarily help inform me as well as I would like, because I'm not drawing to the scale of the props, I'm not drawing to the scale of the blocks, and so it's quite easy to put all the effort in and then be like, this doesn't even really do what I wanted. Also, it might help once I get more kind of into the game itself in terms of the props and stuff. Need horizontal. This is one of the biggest things. The props have so much optionality. The only thing they're missing is that you can't decide if you want to move something horizontally or vertically. Because like right now, I've noticed that like every once in a while you can get them to place kind of a little more freely, but the majority of the time they just kind of funky. Would make life a lot easier. Didn't quite have to worry about it. I've noticed it's like like you can sometimes, depending on how the prop wants to act, it'll allow you to do horizontal, but it's not something you can just choose in the moment, which kind of Ew. So gross. Pallets at the crafting bench would work for adding random texture into the mining tunnel. That's true. Those are really good ones. Yeah, you could spend 60 years of your life placing props in this game and still feel like you have never hit the limit. These ones? Great could be interesting. Right. When I get the game, can I join? Dude. Join me? Oh, you're saying Joe's server. Yeah. I can't speak for Joe. Not my world. So many wood things we could grab. Speak for Joe? I cannot. I was graciously invited to his world. That was... The only reason I was in the world is because I did the tour for... Cool in this little... See where they're placing it. Did it first, and after a while probably I like to get it first. I do have a password or random, so that cannot anything but visit. Ah, yeah. Now it's starting to look to my mine shaft. Yeah, we're getting there. You're getting there. Let's see, what are the other wood pieces? Like ducks. Building. If I can vouch for Ducky in one way, I don't feel like he's going to be someone that's going to ruin things, at least, for you. Especially because if I hear anyone that gets privileges and stuff, I have no problem giving consequences. Myself for the streams. So feel free to invite him, Joe, and if he messes with something, I'll happily ban him for a month or something. Maybe his deterrent. But I have a feeling he won't mess with you, though. Ah, these are better. But yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about Ducky specifically. A sack of taters. Yeah, it would be horrible not to have a backup. Doesn't matter what you play. I keep a backup of my world as well. And then I try to update it almost every time I play. So much stuff. It's too rough. Yeah, I've been lucky enough, but I mean, that's... Been lucky enough to not lose any major saves because I always try to back things up. But I have lost about a week of work before. Is always worth it. Who made this pond? The heck? I love how just randomly coming in here, there's just water for no reason. I still don't understand it. Speaking of ducks, this morning there was a duck that started screaming outside my bathroom window. It's peed on the wall. It scared me so bad. Now that's funny. Gosh dang. Out of everything to get you, a duck is pretty fun. Hide that later. I'm just not even gonna drain this. I'll pump. DM me in the Discord. You can get the game and want to visit. Yeah. Mary Chrysler, what the? The water. Sometimes this water is so funny. I also have noticed this recently, and it's been driving me nuts when I want to. Need to cover this up. I don't think I need access to this. Might regret this decision, but it's an easy fix. I could stand on these things. Merry Christmas. Merry Chrysler. Oh, that's a throwback vine. Gosh dang it. I might need to mess with the pools back there. I don't know. I saw the, they did mess with the water mechanics a little bit, so you just kind of need to create a pool of water to get things flowing better, typically now, it sounds like, is the thing. So we may need to mess with this a little bit. Seems like it flows pretty consistently. Except for the random water leaking out for no reason. Could actually shore this up a bit. Right, y'all, I think I'm going to lurk and crash for the night. Timber, have a great rest of the stream. Sounds good, man. We're hanging out. We'll catch you on the next one. There. No reason to have extra blocks if we don't, I think. Fill all this in. Rain anymore. I'll be lurking and drawing for a bit. I am listening though, so if you have a pressing question, let me know. Sounds good, man. Good luck with the planning. If you don't mind, I would love to see the drawings that you make for some of these ideas. For a while, I would need to work on my sketching skills again, get them back up to par, but I've definitely liked the idea of trying to incorporate some sketching, or sketches, maybe is a better way to put it, into a video or two, and just kind of like show off some conceptual type architectural thinking, but my sketching skills are horrific right now. I've not sketched in way too long. I haven't necessarily found a good way to actually implement that, but on a horror drawing, even if you just DM me it, I won't make fun of you or anything. I guarantee you're exponentially better, an exponentially better artist than I will ever be. But I do like seeing how other people do conceptual type drawings. What's this one? Look. Is tomorrow the last stream until 2026? Yes. I mean, an actual horror drawing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, once you're working on the layout type stuff, I would be very interested to kind of see what you're messing with. I always love seeing how people creatively problem solve through different things. Essentially, we will be taking the next 2 weeks off after tomorrow. That's what's happening. And I know it's a long time, but Christmas time is for the fam. Pretty much just gone for most of it is the bigger thing. Oh. Is 2024 like yesterday? It does feel weird that we're now about to enter 20. Give you that. Kind of insane. Time freaking flies. You will learn that more and more as you get older as well, Ducky. It only goes faster. Well, hopefully that sort of eliminates a little bit of flooding problems as well. Maybe. Assuming I didn't miss some random stuff. Still working, nothing's broken. So much cooking on the day before Christmas. Luckily, I do not have to cook. My dad is incredibly good at cooking, so he does all of that. Not necessarily bad at cooking, but comparatively, it's not even a competition. I tend to cook like a dish. We'll be streaming on the 21st of May. I have no clue. But I gotta know what day that is. It's a Thursday, so likely. Let's go. My birthday's on a Saturday this. It's probably a bit more forecasting than I can commit to. 5+ months out. Don't want to make promises I can't necessarily keep. It's your birthday? Hey, let's go. My birthday's May 2nd. Go Tauruses. Fill this in a little. Not sure it matters. We made a tiny mining cart and have a garden gnome pulling it. That'd be pretty funny. Everyone left, it's just you. They're still here. It's spirit, you know? Technically, I could yell really loud right now, and I could wake Ludarav up, so... But I wouldn't do that to him. You didn't fall asleep that quick? I was just being a smartass. I mean, he asked for it. I don't... Can't deny that. I don't know why, but he did. Could build a skate park in this game. Which is my command. That's just Lude being a good mod, I guess, right? We'll have to clean that up and stuff, but it's at least filled in. Probably just going to bring this whole rock wall out a little more. Gonna be a mod on your birthday? I don't know if I can trust you with that kind of power, Ducky. Gotta be honest. Dang, ice skating rink down here. Duh, falling. You wouldn't ban Luda? Let's put it this way. You got made mod on Knife Stream, and he immediately regretted it. Like, I don't even know if he was happy with his decision within 5 minutes. It was funny for the rest of us. Yeah, and why do I sometimes slide down? There we go. I'm pretty sure he's just really busy with work. Typically, when we don't hear from Knife for a little while, it's because he's been working a ton. He's also very new to streaming, so it's one of those things. Being super consistent is not easy to do. Taken me quite a while to get to this point where I feel like I can actually stream this much. You work like 14-hour days. I don't actually know his exact schedule. I just know that oftentimes he takes on overtime and all sorts of stuff. You'd have to hear it from him to know exactly. I don't know enough about his job to say specifically one way or another. Sucks that Rad stopped streaming. I mean, it's probably a temporary thing with him being just sick. You hate to see it, though. I would say I went, especially when you're getting, like, started. Like, not that I have some massive viewership or anything, but without the consistency of a good amount of viewers and stuff, it's pretty difficult to give the amount of mental energy that you need to give stream. As easy as it seems, it can be quite mentally draining to stream to just a couple people when you're getting going. The only reason it was easier for me is because I made content before. Had a leg up. Whereas Knife hasn't really made any content or anything, so you're kind of starting from square one. For what he said, he couldn't pay the internet bill. I find that very hard to believe. Or you're saying Rad? I can only imagine Rad has ridiculous bills and stuff. And the whole health insurance industry being horrible right now and everything being ruined and everything costing a fortune, I could definitely see that being a struggle. Knife definitely hasn't given me $100 a week, but he's definitely given way more money than he needed to. I will say that for sure. He's half the reason I am even where I am today, because he was such a help in those early days. Keeps you going having someone that is incredibly generous in the early days. Beautiful. Gotta figure out this little detail of it. Why is crazy crazy? Ask him. That I couldn't tell you. All right. I'm gonna pee real fast. I will be back in 30 seconds. Bear with me. Okay. Oh, what's up, Jiggyfly Joe? Thank you for the raid. Naturally, right as I went to the bathroom. But appreciate everyone. Thanks for joining. Hope everyone's having a great night. Joined us for our Enshrouded mega building. Not sure what response you were looking for there, Ducky. Gotta be honest on that one. This is why Loot is a mod. He's not easily swayed. Alright. That's all cleaned up. That looks way better having this filled in. Much, much better. Our little mine shaft. Hey, Hiroshima. Thank you for the raid as well. Welcome, everyone. I know, so random. 2 raids at the same time, almost. Take it. The more, the merrier. Okay, so we got all that. We still gotta build the port structures for the mine shaft, but that's coming together. Loving the little entrance. We'll get some more moss and texture on what we need. Definitely break this up. More moss, more better. Actually, let's do a good opportunity to mess with the overgrowth tool a little bit and see if we can't hide some of this stuff without adding more materials onto it. Only downside of these blocks of using these pieces is it's really easy to accidentally. God, we grabbed all this stuff. Crap everywhere. Little bit of organization real quick. Trying to be better about staying slightly more organized than I have been. Easier said than done, but definitely said than done. It's so easy to get just absolutely ridiculous amounts of unorganized in this game. So many items. So many things you can have in your inventory instantly. Oh, it can't go on terrain. Didn't know that. This is technically not terrain, though. Props. Bummer. Back to the original game plan. Stone. The stone slightly covered this better, unfortunately. Things showing as much. I haven't learned the language yet, Ducky. No clue what you're saying. Oh, jump. Need this game so I can build a truly insane base. I would agree. Oh, gee. Stone covers this so much better. Put some flower soil or something over the top of that, maybe? $34K channel point. Getting there. You are getting there. I believe Velocity is working on the that addition to the Discord. It'll just be a role that you have to get added, but by the time you get the amount of points, we should have it all figured out on the Discord. Yeah. live with that. This block. Good. Your Twitch channel subscriber only chat? Not as far. Unless something changed for no reason. Is. Now try typing in it. Dude, what the heck? Why the hell was that on? I haven't even touched that. I haven't touched that button ever. Well, crap. Sorry, everyone on Twitch. That was not supposed to be on. Thank you for letting me know. Been like that for 2 days? What the? So dumb. Wow. We were wondering after we raided in. Well, holy cow, my bad. That is absolutely... I've literally never even pressed that button before. It's so stupid. Well, welcome everyone. Now that everyone can freaking talk. Sorry about that. It's so dumb. Yeah, I literally would never run sub-only chat. Welcome everyone. What's up, Boozin, by the way, as well? Twitch being Twitch, seriously though. Dude, there's nothing, that is like, honestly, the most frustrating thing about streaming is that all my settings just randomly decide to change for no reason whatsoever. Like I'll open up OBS and all my audio and everything, my headset, sound, all the settings will just reset to default for no reason whatsoever. And Twitch seems to do stupid stuff like that all the time too. So irritating when stuff like that happens. Like how many people would have been talking all night long in Twitch if I would have known that? That's so annoying. The updates, they change things. It's so dumb. Yeah, that's quite irritating. Something like that, though, specifically, it's like so much more frustrating, though. That like actually heavily affects the stream in general. If I needed to rebuild one of my builds, what would it be? Enshrouded, specifically. Don't irritate the lewd. I will say on the building language that you're messing with, Ducky, the hard part is nobody but you knows anything about it right now. Came up with it. So it's incredibly difficult to follow what you're trying to say, especially because you're just typing and then retyping the exact same thing. Would say would be the main problem with the whole concept going on there. Well, how's all the raiders doing? What do you feel? Assuming some people are dead. Assuming everyone's playing Enshrouded. Hopefully they're all enjoying it. Having an absolute blast with it. So much fun. Like the support beams? Yeah, it's coming together. Quite happy with this. It's funny because I had made myself a promise that we were going to start working on the, like, rebuilding of the cathedral. Like, started nailing down some more of the design for it, and somehow we ended up building a mine shaft, so. Very common thing. Not uncommon at all for me to do, but got distracted. Haven't really played since I threw up my back on Saturday, but I want to jump back in. Oh, as a fellow friend with back problems, I know that pain. Absolutely one of the worst things. So freaking miserable. Easy to get sidetracked with when a new idea pops up. Oh, I know. And naturally, earlier today, I was just kind of like sitting here at my desk, just running through ideas, and I just randomly had the idea to make this a mine shaft instead of a grotto like I was originally kind of planning. I was just like, what if this was a mine shaft? Like, that would, I think, fit the theme overall. The grotto was an interesting idea, but it didn't necessarily have enough of a concept for it to fit this whole thing. So I'm like, pretty quickly was like, how do I actually feel about that? That's something I really want to commit to. Probably not. Wish there were more aqua plants. I haven't actually messed with the like the water plants and all that stuff very much yet. From what I've seen, it looks incredible, but I don't necessarily know much about the limitations quite yet. There is algae in the rice, yeah. There's the, like, glowing block, but that's a very... You have to have a very specific reason for using that. For that to make kind of any sense at all, I think. There. Those are more like decor. I'm talking about the farmable. Oh, like farmable. Yeah. That makes sense. Put it back. Made an 8-tier waterfall garden last Friday and got the waterfall really rolling. With two sources. Nice. I've been having way too much fun with the. We have this. These are two separate water sources that I'm using here. Then we have this waterfall that comes from these two waterfalls that come from a single water source up here where the like foundations are cracking. Another water source here for this waterfall that falls down into this. This eventually currently is just collecting the water, but it'll look more like a crack in the earth here. That then is flowing out of a crack that comes out of here that creates this like water door sort of situation. Then we have another water source up this way. Oh, we have this water source that comes from the main area. which is like sort of at this moment we kind of have it designed out as like an aqueduct almost. I'm not totally sure if this is how the final design's going to end up, but I kind of want this water source to potentially run through the middle of the cathedral that we're going to be building here. Probably next stream we're going to be doing more of this. It'd be really interesting to have like a water feature going down the center of this. So this whole thing may change, and that water source may be slightly adjusted to not be this, or maybe it becomes both. I don't know. But we also have this pond that I'm going to design out as sort of a... I don't even know what I'm trying to think. Like a ceremonial water source or something like that that's coming from the top of the mountain, essentially. So we have a lot of work to get these actually looking nice, but I've had so much fun with it. This one runs all the way down here, comes down through this, and then is the water source that ends up feeding the moat in front of here. Really fun. So nice. They've given us so many sources. 70. I can't remember if it's 50 or 70 or if they've even added. I know they made it 50. They made it 20 and then they made it 50, but then they've done another 1 or 2 updates, so it's possible we have even more now too. I don't even know if it's possible to make that many, to use that many. That's a lot of water sources, especially because I'm pretty sure that you could... I've seen enough, like Chisel Chip, if you know who that is, another Enshrouded and building streamer. He's built one water source that fills as much area as my entire build right now. That goes through all. Yeah, watch his streams. Yeah, so I'm in his streams a lot as well. He uses a single source, so it's like you could honestly I could probably do this whole thing with one source. It would just take a lot more ingenuity to get it to move around the way I wanted. But with so many sources now, you don't even have to worry about it. Efficiency's lame. Need a good fish farm or a fishing hole. Do you know the fishing holes you build give you fish or the biome your base is in? I have not tried fishing at all to date. I do know that with the new update that you can add fish into your areas, so I'm kind of thinking that these are going to become fish ponds at some point. Like these would be perfect little spots for some fish ponds. Or even we have this one's not done, of course, but I want this one to maybe feel like more of a natural sort of design of a water catchment area, and so we could do even some in there as well. Pretty cool. Pond on the top is for baptism. Regular ducks go in. Aqueduct out. Yes, the idea being it is a more like ceremony. It's exactly what I'm... Nothing wrong with an aqueduct coming. I believe you can fish out of any body of water. Like, catch fish out of our own dug up pond base. Who's making it wide enough to cast a line out? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe this is big enough potentially, but I haven't messed with it yet. I have no clue if the biome is a specific thing or not. You would have to ask someone that's done more fishing in the game specifically. Pretty worthless. Not all fishes in all places. Gross. I don't think I've seen anyone make like content on how to catch certain fish or where you catch certain fish. There isn't... Are there any other water sources in any of the other biomes, though? Like, as of right now, the only water sources I know of are in the Vale Water Basin. Unless they've added some I haven't explored. I haven't gone back into any of the areas other than... There's... I guess there was like a frozen pond that I went into. There's lakes in every biome? Okay, that makes sense. I need to go back and look at all these areas then, because I have not looked at any of this in a long time. Since the new update, I haven't explored the map whatsoever, so probably would be smart to mess around with that, see what's out there. There are oases, fishing pond biomes. Interesting. I'm gonna have to go explore those. I get so focused on the new biome that I'm easily distracted. I like that this isn't as lit up now. Putting the light sources backwards actually looks much better. That way we can add this blue glow effect without actually affecting everything. Stigmatism is acting up. Have to stop drawing for a bit. They updated a lot of stuff. Dang, I'm going to need to go explore. Do a little of that tomorrow. Hooter webs. Stop adding all the mine textures. Thank you. Lots to do still. Definitely lots to do still, but kind of haphazard randomness, honestly. Not a lot of rhyme and reason to it. Probably is the way it works the best. What's the mannequin's name? I don't know. What do you guys want to name him? Gotta have a name. You guys could name him. Manny. Manny the mannequin. I mean... Scrooge. Didn't know you could make rail carts and gold piles. It's I designed this myself essentially. So the gold is one of the new terrain blocks that you can place in the game. One of the more that's part of the new update. So you can add that as terrain now, and then the cart itself is naturally I don't have any inventory anymore, but we sort of did a combination of we took the wooden cart and flipped the wooden cart upside down because I didn't like the wood look of it, and then this is the granite bathtub placed kind of clipped over the cart itself, and then you just can place the terrain block inside of it like so. Kind of have your little coins, and then you can do a little coin party when you jump up and down. Coins go flying everywhere. Beautiful. Most of it in this game is just how much creativity do you have for putting random pieces together. You could build literally anything in this game. It's all just how much time do you want to put into putting random blocks added together and clipped into other. Things start looking the way you want. The Enshrouded chain. Scrooge McDozer. Vomit stuff all over until it works. Honestly, that's pretty much the best. Add stuff. Little here, little there. Little Little of this, little of that. Place a bunch of things and then go back and remove bits here and there. Yeah, very much. Half the battle is just learning how many items there are. Like this. Top of your... I can see something like that, pasta. Could be an interesting one. A bamboo pole up in the sailing to get a mine shaft or a water drain for a shaft. Could do that. Technically, I already almost had one from another concept that I was messing. Different. Darker. Stone. Weird. Been building city walls with like battlements and how grounds more on the mountain. Waterfall is be very cool. Eventually, we will have a massive city and walls that go around this entire area. But we're not quite there yet. Got to get the cathedral done. Got a library and a museum, the housing district all in the center here. It's an ambitious build. But if inside the mine you have a stone wall that was being mined or broken and some blue stones, a Minecraft Easter egg, that'd be kind of cool. Definitely start adding. That's one of the things that I really wish I really hope that they add to the game is the ore blocks as terrain, specifically. Maybe because like if you gather it, then you could make it a terrain block, so it's not like something you could necessarily abuse. But I guess with the rake and the terrain, that would make it so you could endlessly rake the material out and then farm it all up. But that would honestly kind of be a cool feature to be able to utilize. Could be pretty interesting. Be something that would be very nice to have. I would love to be able to like actually place ore blocks. That would be really cool. One of the things I've been thinking about a lot. Something that I would just love to be able to utilize more. Doesn't convert back to the normal block. Yeah, something like that maybe. Not something that's like an actual ore block. It's just a terrain thing that you can't necessarily mine back into the material itself. Could be kind of cool. I rebuild my manor into a castle, farms, animal pens, blacksmith, just in starting area, so it's like built up now. I still need to build a lot more too, though. Never-ending projects, right? They are never-ending, it feels like. Pretty sure I could endlessly build in this game. Not ever feel like I've run out of things of. Voice cuts out when you read quieter. Oh, my bad. Don't have the mic super close to my mouth either. Not a fan of the poop nuggets that Copper makes. You're going now. Have a good night. Sounds good, Ducky. Have a great rest of the night, man. Catch you on the next one. Well, I'm quite happy with how this is kind of build airships like the the high wind. You could definitely build some cool. Loving it. I do like the kind of inner glow that it offers. It's like, wait, what's that? See what's happening. And oftentimes something I think about when I'm building is like not only the depth specifically in the structures themselves, but like how to draw your eye from one area to another. I feel like the lighting in here is something that does that a very, say for like 18 more minutes. Well, that's pretty much the end of stream though, so 11 o'clock will do it for us. God, we did a mouth make it into a skull. You are good at eye control. What do you mean? Oh, like the visual, like drawing your attention, your eye to things. I very much like the idea of like seeing multiple parts of a build. That is something I really do try to focus on. So whenever you walk into a space and you're immediately like, wait, what's happening? First things you see is like, oh, this is cool, but then there's visual cues up here. When you're looking back, there's visual cues in these areas. Like line of sight is very important. So you start seeing things happening. There's like gates where it's blocking you, but then there's stuff happening behind them as well. It's an architectural concept that I like to utilize a lot. The enormous magic chest is so expensive. Hence the reason I use a resource world, stuff like that. Dude, even the magic chests are expensive. The enormous chests are a little overkill. I honestly don't know how I would fill this much space up. If you're not organizing to the degree that I'm organizing, the enormous chests are incredibly useful, but in terms of like this many, if I actually fill these up, which I eventually do want to fill these up, probably only halfway is like more blocks than you would ever feasibly be able to. I don't think I have any of these chests. Yeah, that's about the maximum I would even ever think about. Organizing is not my strong suit. If I don't organize like this, I'm all or nothing when it comes to organization. So if things are not organized, it is absolute complete chaos. It is ridiculous. And so I tend to force myself to be incredibly organized, because otherwise it's an absolute ADHD nightmare. You thought of filling your lava with gold instead? I don't know what they look like on fire. I mean, we try it. It looks better than the stupid sand looks, I'll tell you that much. It looks more like the lava that I originally had in this area than the texture changed sand looks like. It's not quite the effect I'm going for. I really liked the lava look, but it's kind of funny. You do like a combination of it. It's definitely fun. It also looks good mixed. It's kind of funny. Oh, I'm still so disappointed. I wish I have some images somewhere. I think they're on the Enshrouded Discord. Melting down the currency of the land to forge weapons is pretty metal, though. Build a dwarven city. I mean, we're not doing a dwarven city, but this is the dwarven fortress, right? It's a start. I don't think I want to go a full city in a dwarven build. But I wanted to build... This game is too set up, too perfect to not do a little bit of a dwarven build of some kind. So we had to test it out. I'm quite happy with what we got going. Need to make gold weapons to fight the special enemies. Yeah, right. It's funny. It's like at first glance, if you're not really looking at it, you don't notice it's coins right away. Like if you're moving around constantly and not just like keeping your mouse super still, it does kind of look like it. But it looked so much better previously. It looked so freaking good. I'm so sad. Like if you're not on the Enshrouded Discord, I do have my Timber Builds Mistberry Catacombs thing up there. And I have some old pictures of what it looked like. There's probably some in the Discord as well, but it looks so good. So freaking. That specific change to this sand texture that I was using. Just shake the mouse whenever you walk past it. Yeah, just like, oh yeah, look at our new lava block, guys. Look at how good it looks. Our lava blocks are getting really nice. Look at that. It's so lava-like. Look, just kill everyone. Everyone gets sick from me shaking my mouse. Would be funny. Show you I made a little smelter with the glowing swords. I'd love to see. More ideas is better. I will never say no to seeing some cool design. See them adding a lava block in the future. I honestly, I'm slightly surprised that they haven't added one yet. It is one of those things that they have it, like, even if it's just the red shroud that they have in the game, like, even just that would be plenty good. It definitely doesn't need to be like a full-on flowing lava crazy block by any means. You could get away with a pretty simple thing, or just utilizing what they already have in the game, I think would be probably enough. I'm Sevi, thank you for the follow, welcome in. Ask Chisel about the lava block. It seems he gets all the dev attractions. Yeah, I mean, he's made a lot of content. Wouldn't doubt it. Think they want it to flow before they add it. Honestly, if they made it flow, it would make my build exponentially better, so I'm happy to be patient for something. That would be 330 followers. Let's go. Wow. Crazy. They wanted to rework lava to work like water does. Yeah. Technically, like, the block I was using was not a lava block either. It was just sand that I added braziers to, and the texture of it was lava. It looked more so like when you see lava that's sort of hardened a little bit, but it's not full, like, volcanic rock yet. So it was kind of that, like, happy medium where it had some, like, dark black with also a little bit of orange. So it was enough that when you added the scavenger braziers, it would it gave a very nice effect. But they've been adding more effects to the lava that is in the game. That'd be freaking awesome if that's what they do, though. The shroud sand would be perfect for it too. That's sort of what I was expecting them to add. Crispy cookie lava. Non-drinkable, non-potable lava. Well, this wasn't at all the plan for the night, but I am quite happy with how this little mining tunnel came out with. This was not at all what I was planning to do, but I am very happy with this little design. This turned out very cool. This is a fun one. Very fun one to mess with. couple last finishing touches. Slow moving flow lava and see-through glass block as a mirror block to see everything it reflects. Dude, that would look freaking crazy. Turned out really good. Thank you. Thank you. Off to bed. Thanks for the great stream. Thanks for everyone for chatting. Have a good night. Sounds good, Joe. Hopefully we catch you on the next one. We will be back tomorrow doing more of the same. Definitely playing Enshrouded tomorrow. So much detailing in the. I guess we still have to do a lot of the luminescent growth blocks, but the Melted Jedi, welcome in. Looks good. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see. I'll help out in another stream day and Thursday. Sounds good. No worries, man. No obligations whatsoever. Love to catch everyone when. Details turned out nice. A little bit. I'm sure I'll go back and add a little bit of details, but nothing. Quite happy with how this ended up, so. Alrighty. Well, since it's pretty much 11 and I feel like we're at a good stopping point. Fix those voxels, dang it. I'm going to call it here tonight. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. It really helps out on the channel. If you enjoyed the content as well, we'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, Loot Goblin, for the follow as well. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for the night. Since we did our distracted night of building as well, building something I was not planning on building at all, we will be working on the cathedral design tomorrow. So we'll be tearing down some of this, reworking some ideas, coming up with some new stuff that I've been thinking through. Make sure to join the Discord as well. There's a lot of awesome builders in there. We have chats for Enshrouded and Grounded, Minecraft, a bunch of fun building games that people can post their builds on and keep everyone updated. Get ideas, ask people questions as well. But I'm very excited about the cathedral build in general. I think it's going to be a really, really fun build now that we've got some of these different design concepts sort of fleshed out a little bit more. I actually feel like I know where I'm headed with the whole design. We'll be trying to changing it to this overall aesthetic as well. Can I ask you how you built that height? What do you mean specifically, the height? Built that high? Like that? The flame altars have a very high, when you've upgraded them all the way, they have like 180 blocks or something high is what they can be built as. So my guess would be 160. So if you haven't upgraded your flame altar, probably the reason you can't build that high is because you haven't upgraded to the highest level of this, I would assume, because that adds, it goes from, the standard is, the standard is essentially this box. Yeah, so I would assume that it's because you haven't upgraded to the last level, which gives you quite a bit. Still at 3? Yeah, that would be my... That back wall floating? Currently, yes. It's not an actual part of the design. I was just trying to get an idea of what we were messing with. The idea being, I'll show off more stuff tomorrow, but we're building this. I had a couple blocks placed up, but we'll be building this tower all the way to the height, the maximum height, so it'll be very tall. So I was trying to figure out if I liked this white, highly polished block with the polished granite. Just as an idea. and trying to figure out how far back I wanted to start this next tower portion. But we'll definitely get into it a lot more in depth tomorrow once I have a little bit more time to think through some different things. Been Happy Thumb, thank you, appreciate it. But yes, I'm gonna call it here. Appreciate everyone coming in for the night. Again, we'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, working on just more cathedral designs and stuff and having fun in Enshrouded. But hope everyone has a great rest of their night, and I will catch everyone tomorrow. Peace.